Hey, what's up? I'm Josh, and can we make a deal? I want to show you the exercise I'm going to teach you today, but in return, I need you to not run away screaming because it's so hard and boring. Deal? Here's what the exercise sounds like. I told you it would sound hard and boring, but it's for a good reason. You will develop some massive ring finger independence doing this, especially working with it at a really curled under position, and also working on your pull-offs with your middle and your ring finger. It's really good stuff. It feels terrible, but doesn't all exercise. So we're going to be using the half-whole diminished scale, so you also get to practice your octatonic scales while you hurt your fingers. Doesn't that sound fun? Let's do it. Real quick, let's break down the diminished scale. I'm going to go through this pretty quick, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page. So diminished scales happen when you alternate half and whole steps within an octave. So we're going to be using a half-whole scale. So if we start on an A, then we go half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. That gives us an 8-note or octatonic scale that's just made out of half steps and whole steps alternatingly. And this is the chord you might use to outline an A7 flat 9 chord, because it gives you a root, a flat 9, a sharp 9, a major 3rd, a sharp 11, perfect 5th, a major 6th, a flat 7, and a root. But again, the way you build it is just half steps and whole steps. So half step from A to B flat, whole step from B flat to C, half step from there, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, A, etc. You can also think of this as two stacked diminished 7 chords, an A diminished 7 and a B flat diminished 7. The A diminished 7 gives you A, C, E flat, and G flat or F sharp, and B flat diminished 7 gives you B flat, D flat, or C sharp, E, and G, and those are the 8 notes of the scale. Okay, let's dig into this thing. It is in 5/8, but you don't really need to worry about the time signature. There's just 5 notes in each pattern. It's not music, it's just an exercise, so you don't have to actually feel the 5 in a significant way. Okay, so let's just look at this first bar. Once we figure out the first 2 bars, that's going to get us through the whole rest of the exercise, because it's a very pattern-based exercise. Okay, so we're starting pinky, middle, index, pinky, index. Pinky, middle, index, pinky, index. 2 important things to note. 1, we're doing a pull-off from the middle to the index, from the C sharp to the C. And the second thing to note is we're keeping the pinky down on the starting note, which means to get both of those notes ringing, you need to pull away from the bass with your plucks, like a free stroke, rather than a rest stroke, which would mute the D string. Okay, so pinky stays down, pull off from middle to index, and then we get into bar 2, which is similar. We're keeping the same G string notes, but we're moving the D string notes down the scale, and that allows us to go pinky, keep the pinky there, and then ring pulls off to middle, which is the part of this exercise that to me just feels gross. But it's getting better as I do the exercise more. Okay. So again, pinky, and then ring middle instead of middle index, and then pinky index. Okay, so first 2 bars again, pinky, keep it down, middle pulls off to index, pinky, index, pinky, ring pulls off to middle, pinky, index. So it's just pinky index on the D string for both patterns, but we're changing from middle index to ring middle on the G string pull off. So we've got those 2 patterns, and they're going to get us through the rest of the exercise, because we're just going to walk down the scale to the bottom of the neck. And because this scale is symmetrically made out of half and whole steps, the exact same pattern will keep working as we sequence it through the scale. Okay, so bar 1, bar 2, then bar 3 is the same as bar 1. Pinky, middle, index, pinky, index. Then bar 4 is the same as bar 2. Pinky, ring, middle. Doesn't that feel terrible? Pinky, ring, middle, pinky, index. Okay, and then same thing again, starting on the E. Pinky, middle, index, pinky, ring, middle, pinky, index. And then I just keep going down. And somewhere around here, you're going to be like, this feels even worse. And here, this is my least favorite part. That is really hard, even for me. So the end of the exercise, just from the second to last bar of full, second to last full bar, last full bar, and then we'll just end on an open A and an E just for a fun resolution. And in the demo at the beginning, you heard me play this with the open A string ringing. That's an option if you want to try to keep your ear hearing this as an A scale, because otherwise you're not really going to hear a strong root note since it's a symmetrical scale. Okay, let's play this together at a very slow tempo. I'll just count it out loud. We'll go metronome-less, and we'll just try to get through it. And if you don't get through it, nobody will know but you, because you're safe at home. Okay, here we go. I'll count to 5, because we're in 5, and we should do that some justice by counting to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the really bad part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, ouch, 4, 5. Done. Now I know what you're thinking at this point. Can we do another exercise that's just as hard and boring? Yes, we can, because we've got to work our way back up the neck, right? So the fingering pattern is going to change a little bit, but it's going to be the same idea, same pull-offs on the G string kind of structure, but we got to work our way up the scale. Okay, so the first bar here, we're starting on the pinky. We're starting with the worst part of the exercise. Pinky, ring, pull off, pinky, index, and then work your way up, pinky, middle, index. So we're flipping. Now the first and third and fifth, etc. bars are the ring to middle pull off, and then the even numbered bars are the middle to index pull off. So the gets flipped around that way. Okay, so bar 1, pinky, ring, middle, pinky, index. And then here's where the pattern's significantly different than before. Pinky, middle, index, pinky, ring. That's the big change. And then we're gonna scoot up to the next scale note that we haven't used yet, which is A. And then same pattern just repeats. Pinky, ring, middle, pinky, index, pinky, middle, index, pinky, ring. Right? It's just a half step, so that's why we're using the ring there. And then up, up. Same fingering all the way through. Back to where we started. And then we'll just end on a big double A for some sense of resolution. Okay, so that's the exercise coming back up. You can practice that on your own. Just freeze the frames where the music was up, or you can get the PDF with the sheet music and tab for both exercises if you're a patron of mine at patreon.com/Josh Fosgreen. There will also be a bonus video for you if you're a patron talking about this exercise and some more variations you can do to really just brutalize yourself with the diminished scale ring finger independence exercises in 5/8. Okay, thank you guys for watching. For those of you who made it to the end, I'm very impressed. You're an impressive person. Just pat yourself on the shoulder and have a glorious day. I'll see you soon.